I still remember the first time JD told me about Katie. I asked him who it was. He was Katie Krebs, and I was like, oh, that name doesn't really ring a bell. I don't recognize it. And he was like, do you remember those 3 girls that got hit by a car? And I was like, oh yeah. And he goes, well, she was one of them. And then
Get lost in the city with you. I don't really care if it's too soon. The night and us together make a hell of a view. I can feel you getting closer. I don't wanna think it over.
You know, on September 10th, 2022, my life changed. I happened to be sitting outside, and he peeked his head outside that door, and I saw him, and I was like, oh shit. I knew what was coming. So I gave him the floor. He said to me, Jim, I want to marry your daughter. That wasn't easy for me. I reached out my hand. If you've ever shaken JD's hand, JD shakes his hand firm. I mean, always, you know? This particular night, it was the weakest little...
I don't wanna think it over. Lost in the city. I wanna get lost in the city. The night and us together make a hell of a view. I wanna get lost in the city. Lost in the city. Lost in the city with you. I wanna get lost in the city. The night and us together make a hell of a view. I wanna get lost in the city. Lost in the city.
You look so good. So do you. JD, it was a typical hot August day. Me in Tuscaloosa, and you in Northern Kentucky when the words, "Hey, this is JD Schmidt," came across the top of my screen. Little did I know the simplest of words would change my life forever. 5 years ago, you showed me a glimpse of what life could look like together, and I never looked back. I never will, and it will always be the best decision of my life.
From the day I first saw you in the gym, I couldn't take my eyes off you, and I was lucky enough to find you. I may have slightly stalked you, and how extremely happy I did. And not only has the past 5 years been the best 5 years, they have also been my happiest. And the best part is that I know there are 60 more years to come. You are everything I am in life. You are my home.
If we stay right here until morning, I don't wanna waste one day without your love. There's one beat in my heart. You're all that I want. If we stay right here until morning.
I once thought home was a place, but you quickly showed me that home was never a place, it's a person, and I found my home with you. You found me when I was in a place of brokenness, and you unknowingly brought me up and glued me back together pieces of me that you were never responsible for breaking. You brought color and light to the parts of my life that I thought were supposed to be dark and gray. You told me how to fall in love with life again and showed me a life that was worth living for. Because I fell in love with you, I fell in love with life too.
Anyone who knows Katie knows she radiates laughter and is the brightest light in the form of a human. They say you are who you surround yourself with, and there's no one else I'd rather resemble than her. Knowing Katie has made me a better person all around. She is truly all things good, selfless, motivated, intelligent, and kind-hearted, even if she is still a Chris Brown fan.
I promise to always partake in the late night snacks, give you feet massages after a long day of work, and dance with you to Chris Brown. I promise to always try new experiences with you, even if it's that watching scary movies or Alabama games. I promise I will always choose you again and again. Today, my dream is coming true. I cannot wait to finally call you my wife. I love you, always and forever.
There's one way to my heart.
Holding the title of your wife will be the greatest honor of my life, and I vow to never forget the way I feel today, looking at you knowing that our story is just the beginning. You are the greatest love I could ever experience in any lifetime, and I love you more than you could ever imagine. Yet I know that somehow I'll wake up tomorrow morning, and every morning after that, finding myself loving you more than the day I did before. I love you, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
I don't wanna waste one day without your love. There's one way to my heart. You're all that I want.
JD, I love you like a son. You keep her happy and love her with all your heart. I will always love you. That's all I ask. And I'm going to close with this. Katie, I want you to remember, even though your name's Schmidt, God, that hurts to say. I want you to remember, I will always be the man that loves you the most. If you all would please take your glasses and join me in toasting Mr. and Mrs. James Donald Schmidt.
There's one day without your love. There's one way to my heart. You're all that I want.